I had to get myself all gussied up. Good morning, Big Steve. Good morning, Amish. Good morning, Junkyard. I wasn't here. I did shave though. See. I hope not. He's dead. So, you guys missed me yesterday? Morning, Ron. I bet you do love French Canadians the best. Oui, monsieur. Aye? There he is. Hmm. Uh, it probably is that Canadian internet. You know what? Let them not supply us with electricity. I got a cure for that. We'll just pull power from other places in the United States, and then we won't take any more of their power, period. Let them eat that shit. They claim by February 25th, 2035, Canada and Mexico and the United States will all be one country. That's perfect. That just gives us more people to pay for. You know, just Canadians, because the Mexicans are already over here. Yeah. We don't have to pay for Mexico because they're already over here. No, no. We draw the line at the end of Mexico. I know we're paying for Canada already. No. As big as Canada is, There's only 41 million people that live in the country of Canada. Well, I see they fired the Commerce Secretary or something like that, or he did. Trump called him a governor instead of the prime minister. Well, that way the car companies can continue to make their stuff in Mexico and Canada, and it wouldn't be foreign trade then. Yeah, I know, but at 10 cents on the dollar ain't worth much. All right, pumpkin. Ah, oh, kitty, kitty. Come on. Get up here. Come on. Get up here. Come on. Get up here. Come on. Come on. Come on. Why, you need a special invite? I thought I did. See? She got herself a new collar. Yeah, it's purple. Yeah. Might get you half a cup of coffee. Yeah. Aw. 1975. Put your tail down. Nobody wants to see that side of you. Yeah. You shameless hussy. Pretty girl. You just get comfortable. Yeah. That's right. Poot. That's why they call it poutine. Cheese turds. You're okay. Hey, 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 go away. Get away from me. Man, it's amazing how she can see her dog or cat food dish from up here. Poutine. That's right. There is an Asian war going on in our county now, our city. The Asians, they're fighting it out right now. The Chinese buffet and the Asian buffet are going into a buffet war. The China buffet just opened up in the middle of November. The Asian buffet's been open for years. And in fact, they used to be in the same building that the new China buffet's in, but they moved. Now there's a buffet war going on. The Asian buffet went from $15.99 down to $8.99 all day, every day for the buffet, lunch or dinner. Evidently, they must have lost a lot of business when the Chinese buffet opened up. Now, we went to the Chinese buffet yesterday for lunch. Juneville, that's all. Yeah. It's clean. Everything, the buffet's all clean. It's not nasty or anything. It's all wiped down and everything. Floors are clean. We went there yesterday for lunch because we had an appointment at 1 o'clock. So we went there and had lunch, and then we went to the appointment. We submitted all the paperwork for um, getting the house weatherized. Yeah. So we should know something on that in the next month, I guess. It really, I was talking to the lady in charge of it. And she says it takes a little time. I said, I realize that. I didn't think it was going to happen before April, anyways. And she said, you're probably right, but it might happen. So I said, well, it's fine. As long as I qualify, if I can qualify and get it done, I'll be happy because what they'll do, they come in and evaluate your house and they see everything that needs to be fixed or can be upgraded, which all our windows are at least 20 years old. So we might get new windows. The doors are probably that age too, if not older. Um, they'll check the furnace out, and if the furnace isn't high efficiency enough for them, they'll replace that, which that'll be a good thing for me. That's right, get a house condom. Hello, James Majority. How are you? No. Hmm. Ah, it'll probably be close to that. They wanted um, our electric bills and our gas bills and stuff. So you got to meet certain criteria, and we pay about $75 a month during the summer and the spring for gas, and then around anywhere between 150 and 275 a month. Depends on how cold it is for gas. And then our electric bill is like $266 a month year round. Which I am currently trying to lower because I have probably maybe another month or so, and I'll be down at least one freezer will be empty, and I'll shut it off. Can't afford salmon. Yeah, you can get that canned salmon there, junkyard. I know. I'd love to have your utility plan. Well, no, Skeeta, it's a grant. Um, well, I like marbles too. Cat eyes, steelies. You know, as Jerry Crowler would say, you know, his brother skipped school one year to work on the construction site and got himself some of them steel ball bearings. What's the matter with you, Percy? Do you have ants in your pants? No, ma'am. Hot steel balls. I'm very likable. Brass ball. That's right. Yeah. I got her nice. I put her on the old wood stove and got her nice and hot. No, it's a state grant. Actually, it's not even. It's a county. It's a county and a state grant. You got an ad coming up in 55 seconds. Well, you're more than welcome. They are. You're right. They stay nice and warm there. Uh, their mother. That's where they come from, Steve. Yeah. Well, it doesn't hurt to try. So far, I qualify for everything. So, There you go. Oh well. I'll just have to move to Pennsylvania then. Oh yeah, they'll give it back. And the thing of it is once they do all this stuff, you can't sell your house for 5 years, which that's fine with me. I get it, if I can get it all done, get the house, the roof on the house, and the garage and everything, get that all done. And in 5 years, I'll sell it. Find us a one-story place somewhere, and buy that. Huh? Is that a month or a year? You take that 127 and that $13, and you add $50 to it, and that's what I pay a month. You're cheap, that's right. I have to move over there to Pennsylvania. Thinking about moving to Oklahoma and renting out Junkyard's other house he has there in town. That way I can see all the fine, upstanding people in Hugo. Yeah. And I'll even have Kathy move them on for you. I don't know. You might. Good neighbors. That's right. I haven't got a idea what you're talking about there, Kevin. I'm not taking them with me because they don't want to leave your place. Well, what gets me is I'll move to Mississippi. Yeah. Oh, I see. There you go. Yeah. It's you. See, everybody, he talks tough, and he wants to put on this rough exterior, but he's a teddy bear. I'm telling you. His wife would tell you too that, you know, he invites him. He has him there for every holiday. You know what a hug and chalker is, don't you? Hug and then you chalk. Hug and then you chalk. Hug and chalk. Shots, everybody, shots. 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 It's Water Glass Wednesday. 4 shots. It's 32 degrees. It was 33, so it's cooling down. Shaka Khan, Shaka Khan. It's actually spelled with an S. Shaka Khan, Shaka Khan. Let me see. There's a new thing on. Ah, up here on the comment section for, I don't know if it's on yours, but that's on mine. It says goal. So you click it and it says make super chat more fun with a goal. Set a goal to engage with your audience in a new way. Once you reach your goal, celebrate with your community. Pick a goal like send or 10 super chats. Choose a super chat color that count, teal and higher, $5. Set a timer, 30 minutes. Show how you celebrate. Get inspired with examples. Just another damn way YouTube wants to take more of your money. I'm actually thinking about getting rid of the super chat because it doesn't do me any good. I mean, if I get a super chat for $10, YouTube gets 4 of it for just you putting it up there. Yeah, after the home improvement scam, yeah. What the hell? Yeah, I know bleeding hearts are different. You're right. Well, I better go in and check. Or she ain't up. I know. I seen you look at your what? Your phone. Uh, Hey, make me a cup of coffee. I'll be right back. No, they don't give me a discount for promoting them. I wish they did. That's right. That's the back door. Well, hello. You come to see me? Come on. Come on. There. There we go. Okay, then don't. No. There you go. I love lemon cake. Got an ad coming up in 45 seconds. Give you a chance to go get yourself a cup of coffee or a cup of tea. Be a moneymaker. That's right. Huh. Oh man. So, anything new with anybody? I was waiting for my chat to catch up. For some reason, it was like 20 minutes behind. It's still, it's at 6:59 now.
So I guess tomorrow we are going home.
You're going home tomorrow after school.
Riding the bus. Dad's picking us up.
7:05. I don't understand what's taking so long to catch up for.
I found out. Wait. But don't I need clothes?
Yeah, that's the thing. They're moist and heavy. I can't. Fruitcake, man. I seen that your mom was here. I just seen that on a picture that you posted on Facebook. She's looking good. Now, I have to show you guys something here in a minute. Next time I get up to get a cup of coffee, I'll get it. But our daughter brought over 2 dozen eggs yesterday. Well, actually, she probably brought over 6 dozen eggs, but it was only 2 dozen. She's brought over a dozen eggs that the lid won't close. It's a large egg carton, but the lids won't close. The eggs are like this, and like that big around. I said, somewhere there is your chicken. She's got 4 chickens that are laying eggs that big. And I said, are they walking bow-legged? She says they do waddle a lot. Yeah, she has arm guards. Huh. They are Democrat chickens. I'm gonna take a couple of them eggs and break them open and have make an omelet today. I want to see how many yolks are in them.
Oh,
In my lifetime, I've only seen a couple of eggs that were triple yolkers. I think these are triple yolkers.
well, you should start looking.
Yeah, the chick might even be inside it already. Yeah, the ones that lay eggs are Republicans. You're right. The ones that are Democrats, they don't give you nothing for their money. Oh, I bet. You need an incubator?
What is it? You're not wearing no that. It's a between a sweatshirt and a shirt. Sort of thing. Yeah. What are you gonna do? Your ass goes down.
I can't remember which store it is. I think it's Myers. They're no longer selling um, eggs, farm raised eggs. Um, commercial egg growers or whatever. They're no longer selling those eggs. All their eggs that they're selling have to be free range. Well, yeah, at $19 a dozen, or at $19 for by dozen at Walmart. Those are union eggs. Used to be, eggs was a cheap meal. Not anymore, it ain't. Hmm. Yeah, it costs too much to feed them. You're right. Trying to find out which store it is. I don't know. I don't think it's Walmart. I think it's Myers that is doing it. I can't find it. Yeah, they're getting ahead of RFK. Hey, some of these senators and stuff are saying, well, if he goes against vaccines and stuff like that, that's going to be bad. The only thing bad about it is he's going against the vaccines and the pharmaceutical companies and all that other stuff is because they've been lining the pockets of the senators for years, and that's why they're upset. Because they won't get any more lobby money. Oh yeah, them guineas, they'll chase a grasshopper forever until they get it. Yeah. And them guineas are ugly looking things, man. But they are. Um, a lot of people, they get guineas for security. The guineas, they are so vocal when it comes to somebody, something not being or being there that shouldn't be there. And if you want to protect your animals from predators and stuff like that, get yourself a couple of donkeys. They're highly protective. I just watched a video of a coyote attacking a donkey, and it was a miniature donkey. And when it was all said and done, that miniature donkey had that coyote by the nape of the neck with its teeth and was shaking it all about and stomping on it. So that's right. They shouldn't be able to have stock. Neither should their family. Because it's all insider trading. That's how Martha White went to prison. She was at a party with a bunch of senators and a bunch of stockholders and stuff, and they were giving the senators some stock tips, information, and she overheard it, and she went to prison because she lied to the FBI on where she got her information. That's why she went to prison, because she lied about where she got it. God, my cushion's sliding. Yeah, no, she has stock too. You have to understand something. If your husband has something, you have it too. If your wife has something, she has something too. Because what's yours is hers, and what hers is hers. You got to understand that. They have to reform the lobbyist system. That is the biggest crooked thing going on in Congress. In DC, let's put it that way. Hey, here's $10 million. Divided amongst you guys, but vote for me. We need this bill to pass. Do whatever you can to get it passed. That's bribery. If I told you to vote some way, and I would give you $500 if you voted my way, that's a bribe. But if a lobbyist tells you to, hey, vote this down and here's $10 million, that's lobby money. What the hell's the difference? There is no difference. There you go. Maybe she can recover Martha's cell. Yeah, there you go.
Nobody was confident. That's a matter of speech of saying, like somebody poor, somebody's rich, somebody's, funny, somebody's stupid. Um, Nobody wants any of that.
Joe Biden he is given out.
Hey, Joe, no,
He's commuted sentences and pardoned like 2,500 people already.
then quit saying they're talking. That's how you get.
It is a must. Well, you heard Bernie Sanders says, well, there is term limits in Congress. If you don't like the way I am, vote me out. Well, the reason why a lot of these senators have been in there for 40 years is because nobody runs against them because they know they can't win.
You don't even know what a person is.
So they go unopposed, most of them. You got an ad coming up in 50 seconds. I have to check that. Are you talking about with Eddie Murphy? Hmm. Okay. I don't know. What are they going to do? Fire him? Yeah. Now, okay, they said Adam Schiff had to get a pardon, and some of these other um, senators and representatives had to get pardons, so they're not facing criminal conduct, criminal cases when Trump becomes or comes into office. Here's my point on it. Why did they? Why do they need to have be pardoned or communicated or whatever it's commuted? Why do they have to be pardoned or commuted if they've done nothing wrong? I mean, you're a public figure, you're a civil servant. If you've done nothing wrong, you have nothing to fear about being prosecuted about. Yeah, I didn't think they'd done anything wrong. According to them, they didn't do anything wrong. So if they didn't do anything wrong, why do they got to be pardoned? Because they did something wrong. They've been doing it against the law, and you know what's going to happen is that's going to backfire on the Democrats because he's going to pardon all these, representatives and senators and stuff for their misdeeds, and they're going to show how crooked the Democrats really are. I have to powder. I'll be right back. You'll be getting it today. Did you get in trouble, Kitty? Huh? Oh, girl, did her yell at you? Did it rain like double vagina cows on a flat rock? Kentucky? That's a good thing it ain't coming from New York City. Hmm. Where's Where's your keys at, Cap? I'll go start your car.
Where they always are.
Okay.
I don't.
What?
By the time you get out there, I leave.
I know. You got 10 minutes. I'll be out there. I'm going right now. No, they weren't where they're always at. You had them in your left coat pocket.
Get it.
Let me get a cup of coffee. You see them? Look at this egg right here. How big that damn thing is. Here's a regular egg. There's like 8 of these eggs in there. There's only one regular large egg. The rest of them are either jumbo or extra, extra large. Can't even close the lid on them. Oh, that's right. Somebody got a reaming.
I am not playing.
I know.
Where'd it go?
You hear the car start? That's cool. Hmm. Are you in a hurry or something? Like?
What's the matter? Why are you rushing like that? Oh, stop it right now. You are a monster. I fell on the floor here. Come on. Tyler, turn around. All right.
Help.
You are an help.
You are.
Let me,
Get over here and get this out.
Are we listening?
Yeah. Drag it right.
that's a big egg. It did pay off, didn't it? I unplugged it this morning because my battery was almost dead and I forgot to charge mine. So yours was fully charged. Triplets, that's right.
Zip it.
My little talk with the police must have worked last night or the other night.
Why?
They drove around at 3:35 this morning. They drove slow by the house and they put the spot or the lot over there and had the spotlight on, looking, make sure there wasn't see if there was any tracks or anything. Yeah. Monday night I went to the city council meeting, and about 3 years ago we had a high-rise apartment here that the owners of the high-rise apartment didn't
Move.
keep up on maintenance, and it developed an inch long or wide crack
If you're starting out.
all the way up one wall. So the city went in, the engineers and stuff, and they went in and deemed it condemned. And then they shut the street down on which this building was at because they were afraid it was going to fall, collapse. Well, then they got a couple of engineers in there and the construction company, and the city granted this company or this management or properties, the apartment owners, some money. The state gave them some money, and the federal, and left them out in the cold weather. Well, then, after they did that, we give them all this money so they could have a good day at school, guys. Love ya.
Why?
Right. Anyways, come on, adjust. God damn it. You got an ad coming up in 35 seconds. Hopefully this thing will adjust right. Anyways, there's like 80 some tenants that had to be relocated. So the city, our taxpayer money, we bought, I know the camera needs glasses. We bought a hotel and housed these people for 3 years. You gotta add, let me wait for the ad to get done. There. Anyways, we housed these people for 3 years, and all they had to pay was like $450 a month, utilities and rent. That was it. The utilities was included with the rent. That was heat and electricity. They put in, being there was no kitchens in these rooms, they put in a kitchenette downstairs, and they had, they paid. These people could go down here, I guess, and they cooked them. It was like a cafeteria. They cooked them dinner. They cooked them breakfast and they cooked them lunch. They could also have a microwave in their room and a small refrigerator, so they could actually warm, a snack or whatever. And so the meeting Monday was to figure out what they're going to do with the hotel now that the high rise is back in operation, but there's still 30 rooms that are rented over there at the hotel because after our taxpayer money paid to renovate this high rise, all the people that were living there at that high rise had to fill out new applications to move in, even though they were kicked out. They had to fill out new applications to move back in, and they raised the rent like $600 more a month per unit because it's been newly renovated. They didn't have to pay for it. Us taxpayers did. And I brought that up to the city. I said, how come that wasn't in with the deal that these tenants got to go back into their own apartments at the same rate? They didn't pay. They didn't pay for nothing. All right, Dan, love you too. But no, they didn't. A lot of these tenants that were in there can't qualify because they don't make enough money. But yet that's supposed to be affordable housing there. Come on. Get up here. Come on. Come on. Get up here. You want up here? Come on. So now there's 30 apartments or 30 rooms over there at the hotel that are being rented. And okay, it's being rented. Well, they don't talk to you. They're not allowed to talk to you after you make a comment, which I think is bullshit because now you don't get an answer. So, if I ask you a question in in the comment time, you can't answer that question because it's not there's no way you can answer it. Now you can come up to me after the meeting and answer it, but they don't do that. They all walk away. Our city council sucks. So, anyways, we give $800,000 for this motel or this hotel, whatever you want to call it, Adrian Inn. It was a drug hotel. The cops were there constantly for drug deals. And the hotel itself was on the nuisance list to be brought up at the city council meeting to be closed as a nuisance property. But instead of closing it as a nuisance property, they decided to buy it so there was a place for all these people to live while the high rise was getting fixed. Now, this place, this hotel, there's 30 rented apartments or rooms, but they're presently almost at full capacity there at the hotel. There's like 96 rooms or something like that in this hotel. The rest of the rooms are being squatted in. People aren't paying rent. They're being squatted in. And I brought up that. I said, well, if they're living there illegally, go get them for trespassing. Open the door. Get them for trespassing because they're squatting. Now that's funny how the city can get them for trespassing for squatting. But if they squat in your property, you have to have them evicted. I don't understand how that works. But the city says they can have them trespassed for squatting and remove them. I said, well, why don't you do that and remove the doors and the windows in those apartments where they're squatting? Because the city, in their infinite wisdom, instead of, putting $250,000 into this hotel to renovate it, they want to spend $500,000 to $750,000 tearing it down. And I quite don't understand that. I mean, they just spent $5 million renovating a $7 million apartment complex. So when I brought up the question, I said, what are you going to do with the property? Hopefully you guys don't sell it for $1 like I think you're going to. It's going to cost us another $750,000 on top of the $800,000. So now you're at $1,550,000, right? And you're going to sell it to the college right behind there for $1 because the college doesn't have no money, even though they're getting $50,000 a year per kid for tuition. Adrian College is one of the most expensive colleges there is. But yet the city gives them shit every day. Free stuff. And I don't understand it. I said, that's our taxpayer money. Better watch your mouth or your ass will be on a 24-hour suspension. Um, anyways, they're doing all that bullshit with our tax money. Now we have oil wells and gas wells here, and they're pretty lucrative. They're getting about $375 to $400,000 a year off in those wells for what do they call it? Our percentage on it is that kind of money. Yeah, sounds like the average city. Anyways, they want to take $359,000 of that gas and oil money and put it into Bone Pool, which is a pool for the community. The pool is 70 years old almost. It's 63 or 64 years old. It was built before I was born, I believe. So, and they really haven't done much renovation to it. They put a liner in the pool 30 years ago. The building is falling down. Okay. And I brought up that point. I said, you guys want to tell us how to keep our houses and stuff, but you can't even maintain your own buildings. What the hell's up with that? But anyways, we have a fund here for our parks and recreations. Some rich widow 80, 90 years ago put up like $10 million to be used for parks and recreation. Now they were only to use the interest on $10 million. So the $10 million is still there. They're only able to use the interest to fix these parks and recreations. Well, at $10 million, I think the interest on $10 million is like $450,000 or something like that a year. I said, why don't you incorporate the pool into the park that's right next door? There's a park. The property butts up to the park. Why don't you make it all one unit? Make it a park. And then you can use the Parks and Recreation money to do that. So I am an angry citizen. I'm tired of them wasting our money. We have bought like 12 new brand new vehicles in the last 10 months. What for? They have 1-ton dump trucks sitting in parking lots, but they want to buy new ones. What do you need a new one for? You have one sitting there. There's nothing wrong with it. It still runs, right? Well, it's old. What do you mean it's old? 4 years old, 5 years old? Big deal. They just bought a new police car. We don't even have a ladder truck in our fire department. Yet we have 2 high rises in the city limits. Now, Madison Township, they don't have a high rise, yet they have a ladder truck. So every time, if there's a fire at one of the high rises and they need a ladder truck, Madison gets called and they bring their ladder truck. And I'm sure that thing's not cheap. I'm sure they bill the city $3,000 or $4,000 an hour for it sitting there. Oh yeah, they'll be higher next year. Yeah. Oh, next year they'll buy another 12 of them. You know. just boggles the mind on how they can spend money. They don't even think about it. It's right. Charge rent. They just bought 4 commercial properties. The city did. One of them they paid $950,000 for. The Adrian Daily Telegram, the building. They bought the building next door to it. And then they bought the building on the other side and the house on the other side. They bought 4 properties right there for a total of like $3.6 million or something like that. The Adrian Daily Telegram, that's what it was a newspaper. They figure it's going to cost $5 to $20 million to clean the property up because of the contamination from the ink that was. They used to, years ago, 50, 60 years ago, they used to just pour the old ink down the backside of the property. So now they have to clean all that soil out of there. It's going to cost either between $5 and $20 million. Now the city has applied for grants, federal grants and state grants to get it cleaned up. But if they don't receive those grants, who's getting stuck cleaning that up? The city taxpayers are going to have to pay for it. It has to be cleaned up. Yeah. That's if they can qualify for the super fund. They said right there when they bought the place and said, we don't even know if we can qualify for the super fund to clean it up, but we're going to buy it. You know why they're buying it? Because one of their friends wants to put townhouses along the river down there. Now they're gonna clean that up, but they're also gonna take the river and they're gonna clean the river up too. They're gonna pull all the dead trees out of it and everything else and clean, bank it and put, gravel in there and walls and everything else. So it looks nice for when they build the new townhouses there. Now, the guy that wants to build the townhouses, he bought the armory. Now, the armory was for sale to Adrian College. The Michigan National Guard Armory sold the armory to the college for $1 because it was a nonprofit. Adrian College turned around and sold it to this guy for like $10,000. A $3 or $4 million property for 10 grand. It just absolutely astounds me on the corruption that is in our city. I know it's got to be pretty. You're right. They just tore down 2 other buildings. They just tore that the city was supposed to be in charge of. You got an ad come up in 55 seconds. The city was supposed to be in charge of taking care, making sure that those buildings were taken care of, maintained. These 2 buildings weren't maintained. The city didn't enforce being maintained, and they got to the point where they were going to collapse. So the city, in their infinite wisdom, give top dollar for those properties so they could tear them down. They bought them for like $80,000, $90,000 a piece, and they tore them down for another $50,000, $60,000 a piece, so they could make a town square. Sounds logical to me. Now the city passed an ordinance. It's called a point of sale. And what the point of sale is you have to have an inspection on your house before on the exterior of your house before you can sell it. And if it doesn't pass inspection, you have to have it fixed within a week. Okay, there's no way you can get a contractor in to do anything in a week's time. After a week, after the inspection, if it doesn't pass after a week and the repairs aren't done, they start fining you every day until the repairs are done. Now, they passed this after we spent 3 hours telling them we didn't want this ordinance. Like 50 people got up and said that out of a room full of like 60 or 70 people. But the guy that owns the armory stood up and said, I think it's a good thing. I think it's a good thing. He's friends with all the city council members. 4 out of the 7 passed it. So we brought up a petition, and it was signed by 2,240 registered voters. Now there's only like 4,800 registered voters in the city, and all they needed was 3,000, and they would automatically repeal it. But they only got 2,240 because they only give you 14 days to get the signatures. You know, they can take their sweet time passing it, or they can take their sweet time counting the signatures. They had 30 days to count the 2,240 signatures. 30 days to count them, but you only had 14 days to get them. So I don't understand that. You know what? If I could move out of this state, I would, but she doesn't want to leave, and I don't understand it. I don't have no problem with rich people. I just have a problem with rich people taking their money and trying to, sway it so they can get more money. That's corruption. Anyways, they did pass the point of sale, and now we have to put it up to a vote in August of 2025 on the next public vote. Oh yeah, what business is that? Is it any of my business? Is it any of my business to know those two businesses that are keeping businesses out of town? Are you talking about the weed businesses? No, it's not my business. Yeah. Morningdale. Oh, I wouldn't doubt it. Are you talking about in the city of Adrian or the city of Morenci? Culliver's has good food, but I flat refuse to go there. My daughter worked for him for like 10 years and he treated her like shit. And the owner of Culliver's, I'm about ready to jerk that son of a bitch over the counter and give him a thrashing. She finally quit and she's working where she's working now. But, he made her a manager, and every time something wouldn't go right, he would sit there and scream at her, even if she wasn't even there, or if it wasn't even on her shift, that something didn't go right. And I told her, I said, "Don't take that shit from him. He starts screaming and yelling and cussing at you. File a suit against his ass." Yeah. Now it's a donut place up here. They have good donuts, but they're like 16.50 a dozen or something like that now. People would ask when I was doing the hot dogs, in the morning, how come you ain't got fresh donuts? I said, I can't sell you a fresh donut for $1 when I'm paying $1.50 a piece for them. Well, Culliver's used to have, like on Monday or Wednesday, used to have all you could eat chicken dinner. That was fantastic. They had that for like 3 or 4 years and then they quit. It was like 13.75 or something like that for an all you can eat chicken dinner. But this is pre Hillary. So, um, back in 2019, 2017, 2018, somewhere around there, it quit. Oh, yeah? I seen that in vending machines. I'll be right back. I got to go to little boy's room. I jiggled the handle. Yeah, I know you're being ignored again. Me too. Hmm. Well, if you don't have a problem, you can shake it twice and it'll shake the third time by itself. Huh. I don't know. Probably need to tear it down. Now the mall is, oh, it's got to be what, 55 years old? I remember when I was a wee bit of a lad, like 5 years old, my grandpa owned an apartment house, and we lived in the bottom apartment of it, which was the bottom half of the house. And then there was like three apartments above. It was a big house. Anyways, I sat on the front porch when I was a kid, and I watched them jack up a house and move it off in the property across the street. And then um, that's where the new dope place is right now, or whatever it's called, Mason Buds or whatever. I don't know what it is, but right there on the property. But there was a house there, and they moved that over on Geyer Road. And then I sit there and watch them bring in the pans and the excavators and everything else, and they leveled out the ground over there, and they built the mall. Hmm. Malls are like are beginning to be a thing of the past because most people aren't even going shopping no more. They just get it online. 90% of our Christmas shopping I did on Amazon, or Kathy and I did on Amazon. I have a Prime membership, so it doesn't cost nothing to deliver it. It delivers it here free. So, and by God, if you're going to ship something, hold on to your ass. I shipped a box for Kathy the other day from here to Euclid, whatever the hell it is, Alabama. I want it guaranteed to be there before Christmas. And that cost $44 to ship. No, no kidding. I could have had the post office do it for $30, but they weren't guaranteeing delivery before Christmas. Now, the only reason why I wanted it delivered before Christmas is because her brother and her sister-in-law, my brother-in-law and sister-in-law, They are leaving Alabama the day after Christmas in the morning to go to Tennessee to have Christmas with another part of their family. I know I can ship your $20 for a stamp. So yeah, but it's 44 bucks. I couldn't believe it. She says, "What do you think it's going to cost?" I said, "I know it's going to cost over 20." She said, "To send that package?" I said, "Look at the size of it." She said, "Well, it shouldn't cost that much." So I come home and give her the receipt. She said, "Are you kidding?" I said, "What did you want me to do? Tell them no, thank you. I'll drive it down for another $100 in gas money. You know, for 150 bucks, I could have drove it down there." Hmm. I gotta get them. I want to get them glasses shipped out to you there, junkyard. So I want to put them in a smaller box, wrap them up. There's a box they're in is like this long and this wide, and you're gonna have to put it in something else because the glass would just get broke anyway. So I want to put them in a smaller box, wrap it with bubble wrap on the inside, put them in there, and then put some papers and stuff in there and get that done so I can ship that to you. That's right, every night, big boy. You got an ad coming up in 45 seconds. I know. Well, actually, I just found them because they were in the garage or in the shed in a box full of stuff. I got them out, and they're sitting out there in the garage on a shelf waiting to be done. You know, I can't do nothing. You have to get Kathy to get it done. So, but see, I could mail that 20. I got stamps right here, junkyard. Yeah, insurance. Yeah, I got a hand. Right? Yep, they're collectible. Collectible glass. Oh yeah, yeah. I wonder what that would cost to ship clear from Pennsylvania to Oregon. I went to the Salvation Army thrift store yesterday. I haven't been there in months. I thought I was in Macy's. The cost of everything is astronomical now. There's a phone almost like this one, but it's a real phone. It's got the dial on it and everything, the handpiece. And I thought, well, hell, that's cool. Buy that and put it on one of the walls. Until I looked at the price, $29.99. Are you kidding? That's right. Well, that's what I use too, if it fits or ships. But I couldn't find a box that fit and shipping on. I know Goodwill's the same way. evidently they think all their stuff's made of gold. So, oh, here she comes. Come in.
Yeah. I'm in the door. Yep.
Oh, yeah. I like you, Dizzy. Grandkids love you, Dizzy. He sent them mini bikes. They love them, man. That's right. What is the problem here? You are. Yeah.
Why? Why? So now you're thinking you got new clothes.
Yeah.
That's good.
I know. They're expensive. Chaos. Thanks, Joe.
Thank you.
Well,
Yeah.
the CEO of Goodwill, it's not a nonprofit organization. He gets paid by the government to have a handicap work for him. So it doesn't cost him anything. He might have to pay $1 or two an hour for them to work for him, but they're all getting paid wages from the government. And he gets,
Yeah, remember I was
the profit from the Goodwill.
we celebrated Christmas
But they tried to tell you the Goodwill is a nonprofit and all that. It's not.
together or something. I don't know, but after we stopped at your house and, Ash got that alcohol, she was going through it, some of the bottles weren't even, they looked like they'd been drank out of. Yeah, I'd have been pissed too. That's rough, that is rude.
Hmm. A friend of Kathy's, her mom passed away yesterday or day before yesterday. I don't know, coddled Kevin. No. Oh yeah, they're all getting paid. Well, Kathy grew up with this girl, and she knew her mom real well and her dad, and they were from the little town that Kathy was from. So she passed away day before yesterday. She was in the hospital Monday morning, and the hospital said at noon that they had to release her. So they needed to find out where she had to go. because she couldn't stay there any longer. And so she put her in a nursing home. And 4 hours later, the daughter, her sister called and said, "Hey, you better get over here. Something's bad with mom." And she died like at 5:48 in the afternoon. I love you too, Kevin. There's flowers and somebody's life is over. You're right. Yeah.
Gates sell about steak.
Hmm. You have a great day too, Kevin. Love you. All right, everybody, it's time for me to get out of here. Y'all have a great day. God bless. Take care. Prayers and peace, and we will see you tomorrow morning at 6:30 a.m. Eastern Standard if you're so inclined to join me. Have a blessed day, everybody. And remember, it's the reason for the season. Take care. And hopefully, tomorrow I will have the Monahan meat report or Monahan market report for you. It's breakfast time. I'm going to have some sausage and eggs, I think. You are the problem. Have a blessed day, everybody.